A very good morning, everyone. First of all, thanks so much for the organizers and all the participants who have come so early on the day. A lot of traffic. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what the future of mobility is going to be. Typically, predicting the future is always difficult. But sometimes you'll have to take a leap and then see where we land. Rather than predicting specific instances, we will try to see what are the underlying principles, what will be the kind of themes that will emerge as part of our future. So, what kind of technologies truly enable us? This being a ICT conference, we talk a lot about technology as well. We also talk about the future. But if we sometimes we look back at the past, there will be a lot of learnings. If you look at it, internet just truly enabled. The Android phone, which has made mobility or the mobile a lot more accessible, and today it's making a tremendous change in the way people live their lives. And if we take India as an example, how the digital payments through UPI has transformed. So what's common between all of them? Why does it enable so many people? Why does it enable everyone? Because it's all open. It's all based on an ecosystem approach than a very closed platform approach. So the first and foremost thing that we believe, the future will be open. When we say open, what does it mean? The software will be open. Linux is a great example of last 30-40 years. It's been driven by the community. The entire software is open. And 90% of the servers, the cloud servers today run on Linux. 80% of the phones globally used has Android, which is a form of a Linux. So one is the software is open. The protocols, be it your SMTP or email protocol, etc., or internet itself is the open protocol. So the specifications and how various entities talk to each other in the context of AI, blockchain, etc., it's very important that this become an open protocol so that everybody talks the same language. And most importantly, for us to drive mobility forward, an open data is also very, very important. How various entities within the city, within the ecosystem, within the country talk to each other to make things a lot more possible. So our first pillar is embracing open, and this also brings in a lot of trust in a trustless society as well. So I want to talk about the second pillar. I'm going to talk about only 3 pillars. The second pillar, I want to start with the story of Nagalakshmi. The video is in local language, but I think we have subtitles to do that. You can play the video. Sound is not there.
அன்லக்கி ஃபெயிலியூர்ன்ற பட்டத்தோடவே நான் என்னோட சைல்டுஹுட் கடந்து வந்தேன். என்னோட கல்யாண வாழ்க்கையும் ரொம்ப மோசமான நிலைமையில் இருந்தது. அப்புறம் திடீர்னு ஒரு நாள் ஆக்சிடென்ட் இறந்துட்டாங்க. மொத்த குடும்பமும் சரி, ரிலேஷன்லேயும் சரி, எல்லாருமே என்னை இக்னோர் பண்ணாங்க. இந்த நிலைமையில தான் எனக்கு 2 பிள்ளைங்களும் இருந்தாங்க. என்ன செய்யறதுன்னு கூட எனக்கு தெரியல. யாரிடம் போய் எனக்கு இது தேவைன்ட்டு கேட்க போய் எனக்கு பிடிக்கவே தோட சன்மானம் போயிட்டு என்ன பண்ணுறதுன்னு தெரியாமல் ஒரு 3 முறை நான் ಸೂಸೈಡು ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. ಹೇಗೆ ಇವರು ಡ್ರೈವರ್ನ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಡೇ ಕಾಲ್ ಬಂತು, ನಮಗೆ ಮಹಿಳಾ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೇಡೀಸಿಗೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನನಗಂತೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬಳೇ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ, ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ.
She started by finding her own first 5 people. So Tabusam, Soundarya, Rosie, they were all amongst the first 5 people. From there onwards, she trained them. They found vehicles for themselves, and that's how the program has started. The program has grown mainly by word of mouth. When they see women driving around, the first point of contact is them. They are the ambassadors for this program.
ಮಹಿಳಾ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಟೋ ಡ್ರೈವಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರ ಸಬಲೀಕರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರೆ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡುತ್ತಿರುವ ಒಂದು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ. ನಮ್ಮ ಯಾತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಸಮಗ್ರ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಚಾಲನಾ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಂನಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಹನದ ಭಾಗಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಬಳಕೆ, ರಸ್ತೆ ಸುರಕ್ಷತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಒಳಗೊಂಡ ಸೆಷನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನೀಡುತ್ತದೆ.
ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿನೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಥರ ಇದೆ. ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮೇ ಆಗಲಿ, ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನೇ ಆಗಲಿ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಒಂದೇನೆ, ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡಿ, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೈಂಡಿಂದ ಕಲೀರಿ. ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಗಾಡಿ ತಗೋತೀರಾ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬರೇ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಟೀಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಒಬ್ರಿಗೊಬ್ರು ಕೈ ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ.
So this is just an example of what a technology can truly enable an individual, and that individual can enable a whole lot of community altogether. So the enablement spiral, as we call it, it's about putting the technology in the right manner with the right kind of people, and then you see the story of someone who has been calling herself as a victim to becoming an empowerer to an enabler. Today she is an inspirer for so many other trainers as well. So that's why imagine that this technology can enable so many women drivers as well, or so many other people who have been not having access to this kind of an opportunity. That's why our second pillar is, in the context of everyone talking about AI, technology, automation, etc., all this technology has to embrace people. It has to be a people first approach. It has to be very inclusive. It has to be very, very empathetic. So that's our second pillar. Third pillar, we fundamentally believe that a future has to be more integrated in the sense like the Western and the Eastern philosophies have to come together. Your tech, design and people have to come together. What they call it as Satyam, Sivam, Sundaram have to come together. And most important integral approach in our thing is, how do we get Samaj, Sarkar, Bazaar, which is government, community and business coming together and truly innovating for population scale at a price which is affordable for the entire masses as well. So we believe a sustainable and a inclusive mobility is possible only through an integral approach. So that's why we are building the Linux for mobility, which is affordable, it's people first, it's open, and it's going to integrate a lot of things as well. And in India, we are working with multiple governments, multiple public transport organizations. So the future cannot be just ride hailing or auto. It has to be public transport, truly integrated, and public transport has to become as seamless, as convenient as booking an auto or a cab. And that's why government, working with government is very, very important. And being part of open networks like be it Beacon, we have multiple sessions later in the day, or ONDC is important. And embrace the business for innovation and attracting the right kind of talent as well, and truly think of global expansion as well. Future, what will future bring? We don't know, but I think there are some of the things like, okay, new ownership models will emerge. The people who participate and contribute to the network will start owning the network as well. And mobility as a service will emerge, right? You can have a metro at home, as in it will be as convenient as traveling in a metro from home as well. It will be a lot more localized. If it is a local language, it has to be enabled to that. Definitely we all know that, okay, electrification is going to be the new mode, and definitely new modes will start emerging as well. So the third pillar is, it has to be integrated and bridged to the future so that there is a seamless thing. So just to summarize, the future of mobility will be open, people first, integrated, and will be future ready and bridged to the future. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone.